Okay, welcome everyone to the lecture. So today we are going to discuss about the database cloning. Okay, so how to clone a database. First of all, what is the database cloning? So here there is a server, here there is a server, and here there is one more server, which I have already discussed, I believe so. I have discussed the theory part, guys. Did I?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Trishul.
Okay, so here we have the database, okay, which is a production database. Okay, anyways, I'll discuss once again. Okay, here it is a production database. Okay, so all users are connecting to the production database here. So in this server, there is a database here. So they have to connect to this database. In order to connect to the database, what are the components that are required? Here, listener is required. Here, TNS is required. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Listener on the database side, and after the listener, so first actually directories, then the listener, and after the listener, what is required? Password file. People forgot.
Password file.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
we need to create a password file. So password file, pwd, password file is required. And after the password file, crd files, database. Okay. So here there is a listener, here there is a password file, and the crd files also there. Okay. There's a crd files also. So it will connect to, using with the help of listener, it will connect to the database, access the crd files, and display the output. Now, what is the database name that we have created? Anyone remember?
Access.
In which server we have created? In Pune DC or Delhi DC?
SC Pune DC.
Pune DC. Pune DC.
Let me check. Let me log in and check. In Pune DC only we have created. Okay, Oracle. Access, huh? No.
No, Trishul. SC something other bank.
SCB. SCB, huh?
SCB.
Yes, Trishul.
No, it is not there. It is not there. Chase. Yes, Chase Bank. Chase, na?
No, Trishul. SCB.
Standard Chartered.
కాదన్నా
కాదు. 11.2 MX city. Did I create any database actually?
చేశారన్నా
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Different bank.
Huh?
SCB చేశారు Trishul.
SCB, but database is not available. I think I have created in Delhi DC. Check this out, sir.
డిఫరెంట్ సర్వర్లో
ఏ సర్వర్లో క్రియేట్ చేసినా ఇది అనుకో. Yeah, I have created in Delhi DC. Okay. Now created in Delhi DC. Right. Let me start this database. Okay. Now, as per the explanation, so this is SCB database, which is in server Delhi DC. Okay. Now, what is the requirement is user requested. Now, user has created a ticket. What is the ticket? The ticket is please clone the SCB database from production server to development server. Clone ante copy. Please clone the SCB database from production server to the development server. So how do we do that? First we have to do all these things. First listener creation, password file creation, P file or SP file. Okay, first listener, next password file, next P file or SP file, P file or SP file. Okay, and then bring the database to no mount. ఇక్కడ దాకా చేయాలి ఫస్ట్ స్టెప్స్. ఈ స్టెప్స్ అన్ని అయిపోయిన తర్వాత then we will use one script to clone this SCB database from production server to development server, so that ikkada CRD files akkadi nunchi ikkadiki CRD files ikkada copy ayyi, then we will have the development database also ready. Then what we will do, once the development database is ready, we will ask this users to use this TNS, this server TNS, and also ask the users to connect to this database. Adhamanda, what is the requirement?
Yes, Trisha.
So the user is actually asking us to clone a database from Delhi DC to Pune DC. Delhi DC to Pune DC. From production server. Delhi is the production server, Pune is the development server. Okay. From Delhi, from production server to development server, we need to clone the database. So how do we clone a database? Simple steps ఉన్నాయి, explain చేస్తా. For which what we need to do is very simple. So white is a Delhi DC, which is a SCB database. We need to clone the SCB database from Delhi DC to which server? Pune DC. Let me change the color so that it will be easy for you to understand. Done. So white is the production. Production box and we call it a server. White is the production server, black is the development server. So SCB database is present in production server. We have to copy this SCB database to where? We have to copy the SCB database to development server. Okay. So what we need to do now? First, there are some basic steps which we need to follow. Okay. So what are the basic steps that we need to follow is, first change the names, Control H, city ni SCB and change SCB, replace all, done. Okay. So and Pune DC is above ఇక్కడ reverse ఉంది. So manaki Delhi DC is the production kada for us.
Yes, Trisha.
For us Delhi DC is the production. So control has prod ఉన్న దగ్గర devs. Okay, అబ్బా ఏం కాదులే. సో prod ఉన్న దగ్గర devs అట్లా చేస్తే ఫస్ట్
కమాండ్స్ కూడా చేంజ్ చేసిన
లేదు ఒక్క నిమిషం. కంట్రోల్ హెచ్ డెవ్ ఉన్న దగ్గర ఇది మీకు అనవసరం, బట్ ఆగండి చెప్తా. Okay, so what we need to do here, what do we need to do here? Dev 1. Okay, నా దగ్గర డెవ్ చేద్దాం. నేను ఇస్తా, డాక్యుమెంట్ ఇస్తా, మీరు టెన్షన్ పడకండి. డెవ్ 1 ని ప్రాడ్ చేద్దాం. డన్, రైట్. సో అని ఢిల్లీ డిసి
ప్రాడ్ ఫోల్డర్ డివైన్ అన్న
Is it correct? This is correct. So Delhi DC is our production server, SCB database. We need to copy to Pune DC, which is our development server. So first, what we need to do now in Pune DC, server lo first make directories /prod Okay, make the directory. Step number 1, log into the Pune DC, which is the development server, Pune DC, and make the directories mkdir prod scb admin arc. First. Second, mkdir prod scb or data. So 2 directories create gen first. Maybe prod lo scb lo admin lo arc. Next prod lopal scb lo or data. అర్థమైందా? ఫస్ట్ స్టెప్ అర్థమైందా? స్టెప్ నెంబర్ 1 everyone
Yes,
understood?
Yes, sir.
Everyone understood step number 1 కదా?
Yes, Trishan.
Yes, Trisha.
Okay, so step number 1 అర్థమైంది. సో నెక్స్ట్ we have created directories. సో ఆ డైరెక్టరీస్ క్రియేట్ అయినాయో లేవో చెక్ చేసుకోండి ఒకసారి. డైరెక్టరీస్ క్రియేట్ అయినాయో లేవో చెక్ చేసుకోండి. go to cd/prod ls-lhrt cd scb డైరెక్టరీ క్రియేట్ అయింది, రైట్. ls-lhrt admin or data. So directories are there, so we are good. Directories ఉన్నాయి, so we have created directories. Second step, add the ora tab entry. scb u01 app oracle product 11.1 2.0 db_1. So open vi/etc ora tab and give this okay, scb u01 app oracle product 11.2.0 db_1. Save it. Done. Next, listener and tns. listener ఎక్కడ యాడ్ చేయాలని చెప్పాను? లిసనర్ ఎక్కడ యాడ్ చేయాలి? in which home listener? 11.2.0 is the database. Can listener be in 11.1.0?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everyone sleeping, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Trisha.
See, my database is in my database. I am actually cloning database to 11.2.0. Okay, so a database listener can be in 11.1.0 or not?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Trishan.
Yes, sir.
Why
Yes, sir.
or how? Why it can be in 11.1.0? Okay, or else I have one more question. My database is in 11.2.0. My database is in 11.2.0. Can my listener be in 12.1.0?
No.
Why?
Listener should be in low.
Listener should be
low
equal
version.
to the version or low version.
Yes,
Low version.
correct. So listener should be either equal to the same version of the database or lower version of the database. So we are using lower version of the database, so we don't have to worry. Understand?
Yes,
So let's go to u01 app oracle product 11.1.0 db_1 network admin. Okay, and open vi listener.ora. Sorry, listener.ora and add your database. What is your database name?
SCB.
SCB.
SCB is the database name. And what is the Oracle home of the SCB database? Understand?
11.2.0.
Understand everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Trishan.
Yes, sir.
So SCB is 11.2.0. But listener version is 11.1.0. No problem. SCB database is 11.2.0 Oracle home. That's okay, fine. Save it. Once you save this, start the listener. LSNR CTL start. Done. Listener is started, and then check whether the listener is listener for this daily day in here also listener is available or not. Just check, and listener should be in lower version, or not should be, but listener can be in lower version. So we will go to Oracle Home, same, this one. User on app Oracle product 11.1.0 db_1 network admin listener.ora. Here SCB is there. Yes. Okay, good. So what we can do now, we can actually start. Not sorry, NB. ICICI. It's not there. So which database is in 11.1? MX is there. We have to set we have to set the 11.1 Oracle Home and then start the listener, because listener is in 11.1 version, so that listener will be started. Okay, done. Listener is started on. So the listener is started on both the sites, both the servers. On the production, listener is already there. Listener is up. On the development also, listener is up. Now listener part is completed. Okay, listener part is completed. Next, TNS part. TNS, cross copy the TNS. What do you mean by cross copy? Simple. Go to Oracle Home Network Admin, vi TNS names.ora. Okay, and I think SCB is already there. SCB. What is the IP address of this server actually? What is the IP address of Delhi DC? Anyone knows that? To IF config.
None.
Second root. IF config. It's 192.168.1.1.222. Okay, fine. Right. So now open TNS names.ora. Okay, SCB is already there. SCB is in 192.168.1.222. Now this is production. And what about development? Development, what is the IP address of this? It's 192.168.1.90. Okay, so what you need to do now, you need to open vi TNS names.ora here. Okay, and give SCB. Okay, and this should be SCB underscore dev. Okay. Development database TNS name, development database TNS name, SCB dev, which is in 192.168.1.90. SCB is in production is in 192.168.1.222. Production database is in 192.168.1.222. Development database is in 192.168.1.90. Okay, and what you need to do now, you need to cross copy the TNS, which means copy this TNS and paste it in the production TNS. Paste it in the production TNS. Copy the production TNS and paste it in the development server and save it. Okay. Now, which Oracle Home admin, which Oracle Home Network admin you have used for TNS names? 11.1. In the same way, just copy this. Okay. Copy this, and you use 11.2 Oracle Home also. 11.2 U01 app Oracle product 11.2.0 db underscore 1 network admin. Open tns names.ora, and give this also. Insert, right click. So scb dev scb. Okay, do the same here also. cd/u01 app oracle product 11.2.0 db underscore 1 network admin. Okay, vi tns names.ora. Okay, scb is already there, just copy scb dev. Right, that's it. Done. Save it. So listener, we are using only one version, that is 11.1.0.6. But for TNS, we are using both the versions for TNS files. Both the TNS files, 11.1.0 network admin TNS files is being updated, and also 11.2.0 db underscore 1 network admin. That TNS files also updated with both the TNS files now. Now check whether the TNS is working fine or not. Okay. So how do you check TNS? Ping SCB. Done. It is working. Now this is self ping. Now here it is TNS ping SCB underscore dev. It is also working. Okay, it is also working. Now cross ping. Cross ping means TNS SCB dev ping from here. Yeah, it is working. TNS SCB ping from here. It is working. It is working. Okay, so cross ping is also working. So this step is completed. Listener and TNS and cross ping is completed. Next, password file on both the sides. Where password file in Oracle Home product, Oracle Home DBS. In Oracle Home DBS, check whether the password file is available for both the databases or not. User one app Oracle product 11.2.0 db underscore 1 DBS. Check. For password file for SCP for production database, it is there. So check the password file connectivity working fine or not. Space or INV SCB. Okay, check the password file is working or not. How to check? SQL plus sys by password @SCB. It is not working. Acha, as is DBA one. As is DBA. Yeah, it is working fine. On the production side, it is working fine. So on the development side, do we have a password file? So go and check. Same Oracle Home 11.2.0 Oracle Home DBS. Okay. So we don't have a password file for SCB here. So type create a password file. How do you create a password file? Can anyone tell me the syntax? Ora pwd file is equal to Ora pw scb password is equal to welcome, ignore case is equal to y, force is equal to y. Done. Okay, now I'll try to connect from here. SQL plus sys by welcome what scb underscore dev as sysdba. Acha, it's going for 11.2 11.1.0 dot space or inv scb. Okay, yeah, it is working. So connected to idle instance. Done. So password file is created on both the sides. Password files are working fine. So we don't have any issues on the password file connectivity. Right. Next, make the P file ready on Pune DC for SCB development database, for SCB development database, right? Okay, so this is the password file which we need to copy. So where do you create a password file? In Oracle Home DBS vi init scb dot ora. Is it vi init init scb dot ora? Okay, go to insert mode and type all the parameters. Okay, first audit file test compatible control files is equal to slash prod scb ora data. Next db recovery file test is equal to slash prod. Next diagnostic test is equal to slash prod scb slash prod scb. Okay, so do we have db recovery file test in production? Check. Show parameter underscore recovery and local file underscore test. So we don't have to use it also. What we'll do, we'll see what is the archive log list. Prod scp admin arc. So what we'll do is log underscore show parameter log underscore arc. Okay. We'll use this parameter. So show parameter log underscore archive underscore test underscore 1. Instead of using db recovery file test, we'll use log archive test is equal to log archive test is equal to this location. Okay, prod scb admin arc. Instead of that, we'll use log archive test 1. Log underscore archive underscore test underscore 1. Okay, and log format is there and everything is there. Let's just save the p file. Done. P file is ready as per the document. Okay, if you want this p file to be copied, you can copy and done. Okay, so p file is ready. So once the p file is ready, what we will do now, once the p file is ready, is connect to the scb database in Pune DC. Pune DC and no mount with SP file. Okay, so how do you do it? scb underscore dev. So this is how do it. SQL plus sysby welcome @scb underscore dev as sysdba. So just connect and now create sp file from p file. ఇక్కడ ఆల్రెడీ p file క్రియేట్ చేసాం కదా, ఈ p file నుంచి sp file క్రియేట్ చేద్దాం. We'll create sp file from p file. Yeah, and just startup no mount. So we are bringing the development database to no mount state. We are bringing the development database to no mount state. And it cannot be parsed. We are in it scb dot. Instead, you can use this one month layer. Okay. So create sp file from p file. Startup no mount. See what happens. Once the instance is started, it says audit trial failed. Right, no problem, but it will be started already. I think. Yeah. Okay, fine. Open one more time and audit destination. You need to create it. mkdir -p user on app Oracle admin scp adump. That's it. Now it will. Now we can actually see. It's already no mount is completed, so you people don't have to worry. No mount is completed. It's just that there's a parameter called audit dump test that is not created. So I have created a directory for that. Okay. So the no mount is completed. Step number 7 is done. Next, step number 8, connect to the production database. Connect to production database and check whether the database is in archive log mode or not. We are already in archive log mode. How do you check whether it is in archive log mode or not? Archive log list. Done. It is in archive log mode only. Okay. Next, what you do? Switch one log file, alter system switch log file in the production. Do one more switch. Okay. Take one full RMAN backup. Take one full RMAN backup. It is optional actually, but please take. We'll take the RMAN backup. Okay. INV SCB RMAN target slash RMAN. Okay, we need to go to the bin, right? CD bin pwd. Okay. Dot slash RMAN target slash. Take one full backup. Okay. Show all. Change this configure retention policy to recovery window. Recovery window of 7 days. Okay. Next, optimization should be on or off. Backup optimization should be on or off.
On.
Okay. Next, default type to disk. Configure control file auto backup on or off.
On.
Next, control file auto backup format. Okay. Device type to disk. These are all okay. Device type to disk. Next, give one backup location. Configure. So for that we will create one backup directory. mkdir-p /prod /scb /rman. Will create one directory. Okay. Now connect to rman and what do you say, like configure channel device type disk format. Give this prod scb slash what is that, underscore percentage d, yeah? Underscore percentages. That's it. Done. So now from here, from now onwards, the backups will be stored in this location. So now take a full backup of the production database. How do you take backup database plus
archive log.
archive log? Okay. Now it is taking full database backup. So once the full database backup is completed, now what you do? Prepare the cloning script. Prepare the cloning script. Okay. Prepare the cloning script /prod. Prepare the cloning script. Once the full backup is completed, just prepare the cloning script. Okay. Everyone able to understand Gada, what I'm doing?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Everyone.
Yes,
This is database cloning, which is very important, guys. On a day-to-day basis, we will get these kind of requests, like clone a database from production to development, this and all. Okay, which is very important. So once the backup is completed, what we'll do is like we'll prepare the cloning script. How to clone a database? We'll prepare the cloning script and we'll execute the script. That will complete the cloning. Let the backup complete. Once the backup is done, we'll start. Okay, so the backup is completed now. So what we'll do now, once the backup is done, we'll prepare the script. We'll prepare the script. How to prepare the script? Simple. What you need to do, you just need to connect to the production database. Just need to connect to the production database. Okay. Sysby welcome at the rate SCB as HDBA and execute the script. Like here it should be SCB, 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 and SCB. That's it. So what you need to do, you just need to execute the script. It will give you the output. Done. It has given the output. Okay. So what you need to do now, you just need to copy these lines and prepare the script. Just need to copy the lines and prepare the script. These are the data files. Duplicate target database for standby ఎందుకు వచ్చింది ఇక్కడ duplicate target database for duplicate target database to CB my active database. Okay, so for that what we need to do, duplicate target so duplicate target database to SCB from active database. No problem. This is the okay. Fine. And how many log files are there? These are the log files, right? Where is that spool list? This is the log files, group 1 and group 2. Group 1 and group 2, right? Group 1. Okay. And group 2. What is the size, group 1 and group 2? What is the size, guys? Group 1 and group 2. Anyone knows? Anyone know the size? What is the size? It is actually displaying the output in MBs, KBs. So it's something like 100 MB. Yeah, I think. So we'll use size 100 M. Size 100 M. Okay, done. So the script is ready now. The duplication script is ready. Duplicate target database to SCB from active database. No file name check. Right. So now what we need to do, once after the backup is completed, we just need to connect to rman target sysby password at the rate SCB auxiliary sysby password at the rate SCB underscore dev. So it will connect to both the databases now. We'll connect to both the databases. Okay. You have to do it from here, from the development database. Okay. So you have to go to bin. Okay. And give /rman target sysby password at the rate production auxiliary sysby password at the rate development database. Enter. Now it is connected to production database as well as development database, which is no mounted. So it is connected to both production as well as development. Now give the command, give this script. It will start the cloning. Run set new name to this, set new name to this. Duplicate target database to SCB from active database. No file name check. Log file. Group 1, group 2. Okay, with the size. Something missing. What? Which is syntax error. Okay, let me check the syntax. Okay.
లాగ్ ఫైల్ దగ్గర కామా ఇచ్చారన్న సైజ్ తర్వాత
ఇవ్వాలి. So let me check the syntax. Wait. 1 second. Huh? Just to give me 1 minute. Duplicate target database to from active database. Duplicate target database to. Okay, this is duplicate target database 2 only. This is duplicate target database. Duplicate target database to this database. Okay, semicolon is a missing. Okay, then again we'll try to.
Restriction.
Size దగ్గర మిస్ అయిందన్న.
ఫస్ట్ లాగ్ ఫైల్ దగ్గర సెమికోలన్ మిస్ అయింది.
Yeah, it is working out. Right. That's the script. ఇక్కడ సెమికోలన్ ఉంది ఇందాక ఈ సెమికోలన్ తీసేసి అంతే. Okay, so that is the script. So now what it is doing? Now what it is doing is ఇంతకు ముందు తీసుకున్న బ్యాకప్ ఉంది కదా ప్రొడక్షన్ డేటాబేస్ బ్యాకప్. ఈ బ్యాకప్ ఈ డేటాబేస్ బ్యాకప్ ఈ ప్రొడక్షన్ డేటాబేస్ బ్యాకప్ ఉంది కదా ఇది ఈ బ్యాకప్ నుంచి ఇట్ ఈస్ యూజింగ్ దట్ యాక్టివ్ డేటాబేస్ అండ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ రీస్టోరింగ్ యాక్చువల్లీ వాట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ సెయింగ్ DB block size must be 8192. Very good. Shut down it. Very good. Nice error actually. So ఏంటంటే ఇక్కడ ప్రొడక్షన్ డేటాబేస్ production database block size, what happened? DNS connection closed. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Production database down. Right, no problem. Okay, anyways. Production database open now. Production database show parameter DB underscore block. It is 8192. Okay, ఇది production database block size. Development database ki manam parameter em ichamu DB block size parameter we have given cd total. Okay, bin vi init scb total. Vi init scb total. Not bin, yeah. DBS. DBS. scb total. So we have given block size as 4096. So production database koko block size, development database koko block size is not possible. It should be 8192 only. For both the databases, the block size should be 8192. Ardhamainda, what is the mistake that we did?
Restriction.
So again, try to connect to the SQL plus startup, create SP file from P file again. Again, create SP file from P file. We have changed the and startup no mount. That. And then connect to Armen again. Armen target sys by password @ this development @ this. You have to go to bin and give / Armen target sys by password @ production. Production is open. Okay, and development database is no mount. Now execute the script again. Now this time it should be successful. So what it is doing, I'll tell you. It is using the latest backup of this database which you have taken recently, the latest backup, and it is performing the CRD files copy, the copy of CRD files from production server to development server. It is copying the CRD files from production to development server, and it is opening the what do you say this? Oh my god, I think like we have power is off.